What's good with y'all, collective? This gonna be a psychic investigative reading for March of 2026. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button. I will have a donations link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the current energy. Current energy. All right, so we have the Fool card. So I feel like what we need, the energy that we need to look into is a situation in regards into something trying to hold you back from having a new beginning. Something's already been verified in the realm of the spirit that you're innocent, and this is manifesting in the 3D. Someone repetitively keeps on trying to make you look as if you're doing something wrong to try to keep you held back in your freedom. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I'm getting this very heavily off of this Fool card. Some of you could be Aquarius. Yeah, you're not gonna be held back. You're not gonna be held back. It's a for sure confirmation you're not gonna be held back. So if somebody is trying to do something relentlessly to try to get in the way of you moving forward, or you being held back, it's gonna be stopped. Somebody's relentlessly at this time trying to cause you a lot of reputation damage. Someone could be appearing to act like you or look like you to do this to you. There's some transnational violations that's being done over some type of account. We'll go ahead and look into this further. Look, it's showing itself again. Yeah, whoever you are, you definitely innocent. Some of you could literally be, yeah, exactly. 6 of Wands reverse. There's something going on when it comes to social media. This all about a smear campaign, disinformation campaign. So this could be connected to transnational organized crime or some type of transnational repression. It's definitely on a transnational level. The Ace of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords. So yeah, you being seen to be held up with a situation. This could be connected to some type of, some of you could be under unlawful house arrest. This is a very few percentage of you. You may be under some type of false house arrest. Or something that's restraining your freedom that should not be on you whatsoever. With this 8 of Swords energy. This should not be on you. 10 of Cups. Whatever is holding you back or trying to deprivate you of your freedom is considered oppression. This is oppression for you to be under this order. Whatever an order is, this is oppression. That's all right, because you about to be happy what it looks like. Some of you out there, you could end up getting, there's someone that may be interested in you that you may be coming into contact with that may have had a lot of difficulties with a family dynamic. And there was way too much in their way for them to actually be there for you physically and be physically present there for you. This can be an authority figure. It look like to me, some of you out there, your future holds a very strong marriage with someone in authority. That's what it looked like to me. They're single, or this could be you that's single. It's either one of the two. You're going to end up in a long-term commitment with this individual, or things are going to escalate to where you're going to have people that's going to support you like family with the 10 of Cups energy. As of right now, you're in a 9 of Hearts, which are representing, that's all about emotional fulfillment, 9 of Cups energy. If some of you out there don't know what that is, I just renamed the cards because there's certain symbolism on the tarot cards I don't resonate with. because it's connected. Some of the symbolism on there is secret society symbolism. I don't resonate with that on a spiritual level. So I just thought I'd switch the words up and read from the bicycle deck. So some of you out there, this is the Nine of Cups energy. For those that don't know what the Nine of Water means, that means the Nine of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. That's all about being emotionally fulfilled alone. So some of you out there, you could be by yourself. You don't have a problem with being by yourself. This individual that you may end up in a long-term committed connection with knows this about you. They know that you're not a needy, desperate person that is looking to try to cause problems out of desperation in order to try to get attention upon you. Someone that's making you look bad, but trying to cause you unlawful legalities in order to prevent you from being in a connection and to prevent your freedom from manifesting where you can actually have that new beginning. And what I'm getting from this Eight of Swords energy, if some of you out there are under some type of house arrest or some type of orders on you, this is being seen to be oppressing your freedom. This is unlawful, illegal restrictions upon you with this Eight of Swords energy. So someone, whoever, this is not just one person. There are several of them that may be, some of the citizens can have family that may work in there. They can have a few cousins or somewhat with the Ten of Cups. Someone's going to make sure that you're okay. This is like a high level certainty energy. I'm going to tell you why, because of how much this high profile crime really is. The Devil. Okay, so the Devil and the Eight of Swords is all representing a binding contract. There's an illegal binding contract that's coming out, that's surfacing. This is being seen to be a binding contract that's illegal. And what is connected to this binding contract is nothing but fraud. Ace of Wands reverse. There's a lot of explicit things that are being done on an X-rated level to have you trapped to this situation with the Ace of Wands reverse. There's definitely a lot of X-rated shit being done in order to try to have you trapped to this situation. This is definitely restrictions and abuse of your freedom. Yeah, the way you can't walk away with the Eight of Cups reverse. But I'm getting at this situation, since this is being done to you, these individuals are about to get indicted for human trafficking with the Devil card. Because this is being seen to be trafficking you and trafficking others. That's other persons that are being victimized. The High Priestess, Pisces energy. Some of you out there, you already know this intuitively. You could be listening to your intuition at this time and you could feel like something is wrong. You feel like a heavy energy around you because that's oppressive forces connected to whatever this order is that is deliberately trying to hold you back. So some of you out there, you're using your intuition as the biggest navigation to help you with a lot of motivation, to keep you with your motivation levels high enough in order for you to, it's like maneuver yourself around the stress situation. Knight of Wands reverse. Yeah, this is a situation that you're not taking too lightly. You're not playing around. There's also someone that is in your energy that cares a lot about you, that knows that you're not somebody to play with. This is not a situation to take as a joke. If some of you have a very strong intuition, there's other people that also have the same thing. But they may keep that to themselves. They also know what you know, because they're able to physically observe it. While you, on the other hand, you can intuitively feel that. You can feel what's going on in your surroundings. Some of you have visionary. That's clairvoyant. You not only can feel things that's going on in your surroundings, you receive numerous amount of synchronizations through those feelings that give you visions on what this is connected to. The Father reverse. So yeah, this is somebody just relentlessly trying to excessively control a situation. There's this father energy in reverse again. Someone trying to prevent you from being a father or a mother, but the individual that's connected to this is being seen as an unfit father or an unfit mother. And they're being seen to be trying to overly control and excessively delay something. Four Wands reverse. So you definitely are noticing the signs in your surroundings that you feel disapproved from a community setting. You don't even feel like you're at home anymore. You feel like this is a prison. This can also represent with a Four Wands reverse. If it's not house arrest, this is something that is mimicking that. It's like you got a monitor on you everywhere you go, and this is illegal to be done to you. Even though you may not have an ankle monitor on your ankle, you're being illegally monitored here. And while this monitoring is occurring, there's some explicit shit being done off of a fake page on social media to have this community defamate your character and to relentlessly sit there and target you for harm. Chariot reverse. Cancer energy. We have Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Taurus, the Eight of Pentacles reverse, and the Three of Cups. You have support on your side. You have supporters, secret supporters that's on your side. You have secret supporters. That could be any of the three-letter words, the abbreviation, if y'all get what I'm saying. More than likely, this is on a transnational level. With this going on right here. This would represent a disinformation campaign. That's all about stalking, smear campaigns, harassment, cyberbullying, trolling. That's all connected to that. Some of you, you know exactly what's being done, and this is being done with a scam. This is a repetitive energy. This is not going to work. No, it's not. Some of you, you feel very strongly they have something rigged to your vehicle to where every time you travel in your vehicle, this is what's being done to you. You know what's being done with the High Priestess. And there's other people that know that you know about it too, with the Three of Cups. And I'm getting these people are proud of you. They're celebrating you. For you continuing to move forward and to not allow this toxic, restrictive energy to create doubt when it comes to you standing up for what you believe in and knowing that you're an innocent person, that you will eventually be able to walk away. It's just taking a good minute. And all while you sitting there trusting your intuition and going through this situation, there's a situation in your surroundings that are covert, that are making sure that this right here is countered with the Six of Wands reverse. That means someone is defending. It's like you don't even have to worry about your reputation being defended to start with. Because all what these individuals are doing are exposing who they really are to these individuals that are in your surroundings, making sure that you're okay, covertly. They know who the toxic individuals are. They also know that these individuals are ran by straight demonic creatures. They're ran by demons. These individuals are being seen as demons. For some of you, you definitely are surrounded by a satanic cult with the devil card. That would usually represent like the card energy is like the Hierophant reverse, and other cards or combinations that follow behind that. But for some of you out there, you're definitely surrounded by a satanic cult with the devil card that would represent Satanism. This is satanic. These individuals are definitely being seen to be trafficking people. With the devil card and the 8 of swords, they're being seen to be restricting a lot of people and forcing people to do things that they really don't want to do. There's a lot of threats here, uncomfortability, threats, fear. This is also being taken into consideration for other people that may be done this way, that may not want to legitimately participate into doing this to you. But it's like something that's forcing them to do that. There's threats here, not only in your surroundings, but there's threats being given to these individuals that this, if they don't do that, then this could happen to them with the 8 of swords energy. So there's definitely extortionists that are in the energy that are relentlessly trying to control the situation. That thinks they have some type of authority with this Emperor card in reverse. This ain't going to end too well for this 8 of swords energy, because this right here is being seen to, you shouldn't even have this on you. And since this is on you and this is being done to you, it's going to put these individuals straight up in there. Watch. Watch. Some of you, you know this is coming. You can feel that. Some of you are receiving clarity, confirmation after confirmation. This is what's going to happen. Your intuition could be telling you that. For some of you out there, your intuition could have told you that these individuals are trying everything in their power, even though you may be in this energy, trying to escalate it even further until they eventually put you in the 8 of swords, which is trying to put you in jail for shit that you're not doing. Your intuition is on point when it comes to that. And I'm getting, just because you know this and you're calling this out, this is what's going to stop them and prevent them from doing that to you, because of people that you have on your side, because they're waiting on their next move to try to target you, to try to set you up. That's when they're going to roll in, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They're about tired of these individuals. It's like they already got enough on these individuals as it is of what they're doing to you. They're going to wait for them to go through with this fucking setup, and they're going to rush in and arrest everybody. Watch. Watch. I ain't trying to blow nobody's cover, but this is what this is going to get to. These individuals are going to keep on doing this bullshit to this high priestess until, bam, the 8 of swords. They want this individual in jail really bad, or prison. But you have other people out there that apparently love you and support you, and it's not going to let you go to jail due to a scammer and anybody else that's connected to that. I'm hearing these individuals will be apprehended. Something is being observed about discussions taking place too. There's a lot of covert, it's like investigative energy, covert investigative energy. And these people are being heard to be having conversations about what the next steps are and stuff like that. That's all being seen. It's all being documented. That's all being collected on these individuals, because they ain't going to do shit to you. This is all based off of scamming relentlessly, doing something repetitive that's not even the right job that they should be doing. They know what these individuals' little plans are. You shouldn't even have this on you to start with. If this is actually a house arrest or any type of restraint to try to deprivate you of your freedom, to strip any of your amendments away. Clarify this energy. Yeah, Five of Pentacles reverse. This is what these individuals are doing at the job. This is what they're employed to do. Okay, so there's something about these individuals' employment being looked into. There's a lot of workplaces being looked into. Public businesses is what I'm getting with the Five of Pentacles reverse. This means that they're looking into grocery stores and restaurants with the Five of Pentacles reverse, possibly. Is that what it is? Queen of Cups reverse. Could be. Or there's a female that could be being... There's something about a female that could be being looked into because of what they're doing for their job. That's trying to relentlessly get something to be manipulated. This is a bad mother figure right here. Someone who's emotionally manipulative. They don't listen to their intuition. There's something very significant about where this individual works. They're being seen to be manipulating something with some type of vehicle. And it's like a energy swap in energy here. They're working around people they really have no business working around because what they're connected into when it comes to some type of vehicle or situation. This individual may or may not be in a connection. Clarify the Queen of Cups reverse. Five of Swords. Okay, so there's crime uncovered here. There's something about a crime catching a Queen of Cups reverse up in. This is definitely related to intimidation, harassment. This could also represent setup energy, maliciousness. But there's a lot of crime that's uncovered with this Queen of Hearts reverse, Queen of Cups reverse. She could be getting arrested because of what she has been doing on a job to try to get you in trouble. Clarify the Five of Swords reverse. What is this that's been uncovered about this Queen of Cups reverse? She's a manipulator. Exactly. She's a manipulator. She's being seen to be manipulating a lot of shit. She's also connected to other manipulators. She's connected to someone in position of power and authority. There's some type of contract coming out here too. A contract this individual agreed to sign up for. This is contracted to be done this way. She's connected to a crooked authority figure. This is someone abusing their power because they got the tools to manipulate shit. And this individual, if this individual is at a bit of a distance, could be like 5 hours away, 10 hours away, don't have to be. If there's a bit of distance here that's outside this jurisdiction, this taking place, they feel that nobody's going to step in because, oh, it's not in the jurisdiction that they're in that operating this job at doing. Correction. When something is on a federal level, federal authority has jurisdiction over the whole United States, lady. They'll come from the state that you're doing this to your state and arrest your ass. You think they won't? Go ahead and keep on engaged with this activity. I know they may have a lot that's out there with some allegations of, political weaponization. Let me tell you something, bro. When it comes to public corruption matters or transnational repression or transnational organized crime, they take that very serious because it's a major issue. They're not going to sit there and ignore that. I know they may have a lot of rumors or information going out. There may be that going on. But at the same time, they're not going to overlook this. I can feel it energetically. They're not. Because it's on a major level. especially when it comes to this individual, like operate, like working somewheres around individuals, and everything that's uncovered with this manipulation, definitely is putting this individual in energy to where they're not to be trusted around whatever they're working at with this Five of Pentacles diverse. This person cannot be trusted around these individuals at all. This female could be a pervert. There's something that's uncovered, but that's possibly going to lead to her arrest. And I'm getting, yeah, this is indeed on a federal level. When I channel that transnational energy, that's a serious matter, bro. She's definitely connected to a lot of manipulation. She's also a manipulator herself, what it looks like. Now, by some chance, if this is not her being a manipulator, there's something that could also be coming out about someone. There's another situation where someone has been manipulated into doing this, and that's been uncovered. That's for someone else. But for a specific situation, this individual has been engaging with manipulation and not listening to their intuition because they don't care. This individual is a very vindictive person. This is giving me the vibes that this individual could have been sent your way as a honey trap, and it didn't work. You actually was able to figure out that this individual is a manipulator. They like people to chase behind them. It's like anytime somebody tries to hold this energy accountable, they don't really say much. You could have had an off feeling about this person. That was your intuition warning you that, hey, this individual ain't meant to be trusted. This is somebody that is sent in. Because at the time that you could have had contact with somebody, with this Queen of Hearts reverse, your intuition could have warned you that something is off. Yep. But for a few percentage of y'all, this is an individual that may have been manipulated into doing shit that was uncovered. What's this manipulation about? Clarify that. A lie. Nothing but lying and misinformation. Exactly. To try to oppress you. To get legal contracts to go against you. Okay, so this individual trying to get you in trouble and try to have you arrested, what it looks like. That's what the contract's about? Fucking loser. This gonna backfire and put these individuals in there. Watch. I'm telling you, this individual's trying to manipulate things with misinformation and using things with somebody that's in position of power that has the connections to manipulate, and yet trying to get a contract, a legal matter, to go against you with misinformation to oppress you even more. Because how in the hell are you able to speak or to have your freedom when you're locked up? And yet this is all for bullshit, lies, fabrication. By this individual originally being connected to an authority figure to make sure that that's supposed to go through. Objection. No, it's not. You violate Title 18 USC, Section 242 to this authority figure. You commit color law violations, dude. I sure hope you know that has been discovered with the Five of Swords reversed. Clarify that with the Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. This is to relentlessly manipulate misinformation, to put you on guard, to have you dealing with a long, drawn-out situation of an unfair, unfit legal battle that you really shouldn't even be part of. The Star reverse, Aquarius energy, to put you in despair. Some of you could be a public figure that is going through this targeting. But some of you out there, you are refusing to allow yourself to be a victim through this situation. And you're standing up and targeting the hell out of this situation by shining a light down upon it, putting a spotlight on these individuals. To use, some of you out there could be using your intuition, and you shine a spotlight down upon these individuals and exposing them. You got them under the spotlight. Yeah, they definitely trying to put you in despair. This is also done to try to pull you out this public position too, to get you in trouble to where, oh, well, if you're in jail, how can you be a public figure? Okay, so it's being seen these individuals are targeting a celebrity, someone that's very successful. Yeah, King of Cups reverse. There's another one in reverse. There's some perverted things that's being done from a couple here. Queen of Cups and King of Cups reverse. That would represent a couple that is involved with this. That's relentlessly sitting there. It's like, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. Yep. Trying to put you in despair. Trying to get everybody to be in this, like, this gloomy energy. Or this type of smug, it's like a smug energy, gloomy energy. To distort people's reality on something that you're not. What these individuals keep on doing, bro, doing perverted things with a lot of misinformation. Some of you could have also had a vision of this with the star reverse, and this could have brought despair to you. You could have spoke up on what your visions were showing you. Your visions were correct. Clarify that. The Knight of Swords. So this is a very intense, aggressive situation here that you're having to battle. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely having to battle this situation. Someone's also being seen to be trying to use your energy, your profile picture, to make themselves look innocent so they can escape this embarrassment with the Six of Wands reverse. That's another thing that's being seen. They know a lot about someone trying to use your profile picture, possibly even using your identity, not just a fake account, but using your identity in order to sit there and imposter you, to have you look bad while these individuals look innocent. They try to cloak behind who you are as a character. But this is exposing them, because I'm going to tell you why. These individuals see that you're innocent. Your innocence is exposing these individuals. Because there's two different people. These individuals can pretend and try all they want. But by them trying to cloak themselves behind your character while doing this activity, while it separates you from this activity because of who you are as a person versus these individuals, it's all being seen. And this has a lot to do with these individuals having a hold of the tools to manipulate that. If they didn't have this position, they wouldn't better to do this shit, bro. I promise you. I promise you. That's why they're so confident and arrogant in themselves to think that this is actually going to go through. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because they got other people that are just as arrogant that are sitting there smiling because there's a celebration here. These individuals actually think that they're getting somewhere as to where eventually it's going to lead you to the Eight of Swords energy, put you either in prison or jail. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. These individuals are waiting. They got a smile on their face. They're waiting. They know that you know about it too. Sound like to me another fucking setup, ain't it? Some of you was able to prove accurately that these individuals are indeed relentlessly targeting you and setting you up. There's probable cause to prove this now. Clarify that. Because I'm going to tell you what the probable cause is. By continuously screwing with you. By lingering in your energy. Doing things to you. Clarify the Queen of Wands energy. Justice. It sounds like to me something's going to be balanced out, though. Someone is also a very manipulative shapeshifter that can instantly turn at the last minute and make things right for you. I'm gonna tell you why, because they know attention is on the situation. These individuals got nothing but negative attention upon them right now with the Six of Wands reverse, while trying to relentlessly have you with a lot of negative attention in regards into a public setting with the Four of Wands reverse, to have you disapprove of a public setting, to try to get you look like a predator. But this is who these individuals are that are unfit parents. Some of you, you're not even a parent. So that right there is going to better to verify who the real perpetrators are beyond this. You ain't even a father or a mother, let alone this person even. Bro, these individuals are just digging themselves deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper with exposing what they're really connected to and what they're about. And there's somebody over here. Yeah, they are. Look, you see how it's got a face right here and a face right here? That's two-face energy. This is catching my attention. Face right here, face right there. Two-face. Like, yeah, no, like a mixed energy. But guess what? There's also two sides to every situation. Not two sides to every story, because this ain't no story. This is some factual information on what someone is going through. There's two sides to every situation. And I'm also looking at how this is in alignment with each other with the Queen of Wands. If it was to come up in reverse, look, this is the reverse right here, but this the upright. Pay attention to how this is close to justice and the Queen of Fire. They're looking at justice like this, but this is actually in a reverse position. But yet when it comes to the justice not being down here, it's like up here they're not looking at each other, but right here they're looking at each other. See that? There may be a slight possibility that somebody wants to take accountability at the last minute, switch, and just admit to their wrongs. That these individuals had the wrong person. There's something closing in here. Seven of Wands. I'm going to tell you right now, this individual is extremely defensive. That's for damn sure. They're extremely defensive. They're on a very defensive guarded energy right now. Four of Pentacles reverse, because I'm going to tell you why. They're not able to control something with another situation. That's, look like to me, that's over. So yet there's another situation. Because I'm going to tell you, this situation that they originally try to control things with has been connected to this situation all this time. That's what they really don't want to get out, but it's getting out anyways. And bro, the more defensive that they are, the more truth's going to come out. Because I'm telling you why they defensive. Because they're one of the main ones that are sitting there being wish-washy and refusing to do the right thing. But yet now that attention is on this situation, you're able to get out of another situation with lies being exposed. They feel like they got to go behind something else that was originally connected to this situation in order to say that, oh, well, there's still something else left. Objection, there's nothing left. This is all being released, lady. Clarify that. Yeah, strength reverse, Leo energy. They lost their grip on the situation. It's like this individual is uncomfortable about feeling as if they're losing control, but yet gotta act like they wasn't trying to control the situation. Bullshit, yes they were. And they've been doing this. So yeah, once again, when things are starting to close in and they know that they can't manipulate things anymore, of course, they're gonna be in this energy right here because they know that they're gonna lose. Can't manipulate everybody, bro. I don't know who you think you are. Can't manipulate everybody. Damn sure can't manipulate some officials here that's hired in this individual. You can't manipulate people. think that you're serving justice, but justice really not being served because of what keeps on being held up with a situation that don't even make sense about this individual over here. Why you even got this individual in the situation to start with? So you can sit there, make sure they can't move on, sit there and restrict them of their freedom, psychologically abuse the individual. That's going to be an ending. Clarify that. The end in reverse, Scorpio energy. They're on guard because they're afraid of this ending. Like, there are a lot of fear. It don't mean that this ain't going to end. There's a lot of fear of this ending. They have strong fears that this is ending, and it is. It is going to end. It is going to end. That Fool card represented everything earlier. You're innocent. These individuals are not. No, they're not. They're being seen as unfit parents. And this authority figure, whoever they are, that's manipulating this shit right here, is being seen as extremely abusive, controlling, and a color of law violator. An aggravated transnational repressor. If that's even a term for that. An aggravated transnational repressor. So let's go ahead and get a closing message. Look at that. The patient man. Pisces energy. There could be a Pisces male that could have recently come to grips with reality and seen what was being done to someone and may have some regrets, but that's going to leave. It's like it took a good minute, bro, for the full truth to surface about who someone really is. That they're not really an abusive or perverted person. Someone keeps on trying to manipulate the narrative to try to hold them back because of them moving on in their love life and having a happily ever after and being free. It just basically was stemming off of jealousy, hatred, a lot of projective energy. Somebody being highly dissatisfied of how they couldn't transform you or try to shape shift you. There's a lot of manipulation to it that magician reverse with magic. They couldn't sit there and turn you into something that you're not with magic or rituals. Look, it's coming out again. You was able to escape a spiritual sacrifice. But these individuals that's been doing this were able to be affected by that because in reality, this is who these individuals are. Somebody that has a strong will, they believe in the Lord. You're a pure-spirited being. You don't resonate with that. You was able to successfully fight that off. And some of these individuals have witnessed that. It's like, damn, you really ain't that person. Exactly. There's a Pisces man that could have been alerted or could have been aware. Could have had some type of realization about a situation, about a sacrifice. What's the closing message? Judgment reverse, Scorpio energy, Knight of Wands. The devil, okay, so now the devil's coming up in reverse. Capricorn energy. The Three of Wands. The Strength card reverse, Leo energy. Knight of Swords reverse. King of Wands. The End in reverse, Scorpio energy. The Two of Wands. Knight of Cups reverse. Five of Cups reverse. Sound like to me somebody's on their own. Somebody's on their own. King of Swords reverse. King of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords reverse. And the Queen of Wands reverse. Sound like to me, somebody's on their own. It's like they're on their own type energy. It's like somebody jealous because it ain't going how they expected to, and they being seen to be entertaining somebody and making this individual jealous. So it's like they're jealous of each other. It's like there's a lot of jealousy and hatred. And it's like, okay, well, if it's gonna be like that, then well, fine, then I'm gonna show you what they gonna do. It sounds like to me enemies have turned against each other. This is sparking off a lot of jealousy. It's like, okay, if it's gonna be like that, the innocent person ain't going there with the 8 of swords reverse, because it's a manipulator. You do, oh well, if you do this, they gonna do that. Bro, it's like these individuals in reality are setting each other up. Somebody mad because it ain't going how they expected it. It's like, since they want to entertain this person, it's sparking off a lot of jealousy. As I say, okay, if it's going to be like that, all right then. With this energy right here, somebody could be in the energy, as I say, yeah, and that's why it's not them that's talking to them, right? That's why it's not this person that's behind all these messages and causing trouble, right? Yeah, okay. This individual could be provoking this individual too, is what it looks like. They're provoking this individual because they know this is an eyewitness to what has been being done. Yep. And this person's retaliating because they have a hunch that this individual over here may like you. There may be a side of them that likes you. But the way that they acting, bro, like they act like they don't want shit to do with you and want to have you terrorized. Yep. They also mad because the person that you could have once been, this could have been a long time ago. You could have been connected to that person before y'all broke up, and now somebody is entertaining this person, and yet you out there just living your best life. And this person over here ain't taking that too lightly because they were supposed to be together. This ain't gonna work, bro. Judgment reverse. This ain't gonna work. I'm telling you. This ain't gonna work. Why is this one over here in reverse? And you got another one over here in reverse. Clarify that. Because of someone winning? Because of someone's in the lead right now with the 6 of Wands. Could be that celebrity, huh? That's all about somebody that's a social media influencer. Somebody that's highly successful. That's why they're in reverse. Because apparently the smear campaign ain't working. They smear campaign themselves by sitting there excessively doing this shit over and over and over and over. 5 of Pentacles. They got to leave this individual alone. They got to get the hell away from him. Or this could be like this individual, something about they don't want nothing to do with this energy with the 5 of Pentacles. And it's like this individual is in the energy as to say, but they want to help you, but nothing. No, they don't. They should have helped you before. They had plenty of chance to help you. Now that you're in the lead, now that everything's coming out, now they want to sit there and act like they want to help. Get the hell on out of here. They just mad because the illusion ain't holding up. So now they gotta sit there and figure out something else as I say, oh well, it didn't have to be like that, but it was like that, and it's been like that. Simple as that. Fuck out of here. They just want to get that energy because it's like you don't want shit to do with a situation. It's like, but they there. They was going through it with you, but how come they wasn't there to actually help and assist you? Because they took part at putting you in the Five of Pentacles energy, damn it. Clarify that. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles reverse with all these bad investments. Continuing to make a bad investment without helping you out that could have actually put you in the Five of Pentacles. Could have hurt you financially. Also hurt your reputation. You had reputation damage. But guess what? You're coming out of that. This is what you're overcoming, Five of Pentacles. You still successful even when you're in the Five of Pentacles. Like, you don't have to have a nice place to stay or have the best job of all time. That's all about who you are as a character, bro. You still shining over all this Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, reverse energy. What is it that they're really upset and bitter about? Clarify that. The Chariot reverse could be a Cancer. Because of an obstacle. Clarify the Chariot reverse could be because of a Cancer. What is the obstacle? A water sign. Could be a female. That could be the same Queen of Cups that come up in reverse earlier, huh? Because a female came up in this energy in reverse. Could be a Cancer female. Why is that? Queen of Pentacles reverse. So there's another female here coming out. Oh, because something's getting stopped straight in its tracks here when it comes to a lot of manipulation. The Ace of Cups. Something about a new love. A fresh start, a new love. They're not going to be able to make this person that's not even connected to any of this look like an abuser, bro, with the Devil card in reverse. This is what they're afraid of. And it's like they feel as if they don't end this out with doing something repetitive or going with something else that try to cause problems, eventually they're going to get somebody to look like this energy right here. They cannot do that. Bro, these individuals need to stop. They need to stop. It's like now you got everybody like it's like an enemy towards each other now. Well, they didn't do this right, so they gonna go and turn around and do that. Fucking manipulator. What's the cards of advice for this situation? Look, Queen of Swords, lady. What's the cards of advice for this situation? Hierophant, Taurus energy. King of Pentacles reverse. Five of Wands. Six. Look, keep on doing what you're doing. You can have people behind you that may be rooting you on, like that's actually cheering you on. It's like somebody's going against this energy for you. You got supporters now. Six of Wands energy. You're in the lead, just like I said earlier. You're in the lead. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. You could be exposing something that's going on in some type of connection or a marriage. Four of Pentacles reverse. Five of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Don't feel like your investments, don't feel like you're wasting your time with being successful with the Six of Wands. You actually going to come out the situation winning, and it's going to prove that you're not in contact with somebody that's in a connection. You're not even in contact with a single person out there, let alone somebody that's in a connection. You have nothing to apologize for. The Moon card, Cancer energy. Trust your intuition. Something about trust your intuition. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. Six of Cups reverse. The Three of Cups. Trust your intuition that there's a lot of confusion at this time. And somebody's relentlessly trying to keep this hidden about someone that you was with in the past, or something got in the way and interfered with that. That could have manipulated something to be done to where they're in some type of other connection. But some of you out there do not care about none of this. Two of Swords reverse. And a Seven of Cups reverse. This sounds a lot like people, different people that's not really your person being used in order to have you under attack to keep you single. With some type of bullshit contract that was made. In hopes of preventing you from eventually being a dad or a mom. This is all about the higher authoritative energy here too. Keep on fighting this situation. That's what it looks like to me. Keep on fighting it, because you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to expose it. This, what these individuals are doing ain't nothing but one big illusion that is meant to try to get you out of this energy right here. That's all this is about. Trust that this is going to get exposed. This is also going to expose your innocence too. It's coming out again. Even though the Fool card was a card of innocence, freedom, this card also represents innocence. Keep on using the best of your abilities to balance out a situation with using your intuition and knowing when to stand up and fight back. But more so, you have to use your level of discernment. Because, yeah, these individuals are indeed trying to create nothing but illusions, confusion, chaotic energy. You being guided to keep fighting this situation, Five of Wands, because you're going to win, bro. I'm telling you. You are a winner. You're going to win. You keep on exposing the fact that you're not talking to this person. Somebody may be on a catfishing account with the Messenger water reverse. That's why you have nothing to be sorry for. This is like a vindictive energy that you're being intuitively guided to not sit there and feel sorry for or be sorry for anything that you're doing when it comes to this success. You're called to be a social influencer, social media influencer. That's who you called to be. These individuals need to take their bullshit illusions and all this energy and go somewhere else. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to lead to trouble for these individuals' wives. If they don't get the fuck out your energy and leave you alone with continuing to do this to you, this right here is giving me the vibes of higher authority. I don't know when they're going to intervene, but they could be met with some problems by these individuals if they don't leave you alone. Because this is bullshit. These individuals know that you ain't bothering nobody. These individuals inside of here know that. They don't have to talk to you, communicate with you all day, every day. But it makes it easily accessible for them in the office when they're at their monitor, like the computer. There's some feds right here with the Hierophant, and you got a social media job. They could just click on whatever you're doing as to sit there and watch what's going on with the Six of Wands energy. You ain't got shit to worry about. It could be somebody else, but I'm getting with the Hierophant energy. This all about you continue to follow your spiritual higher calling. You're meant to be a healer to humanity. Some of you out there, you're meant to heal. A lot of there's some law knowledge here. Like, you're being guided to give legal knowledge or legal wisdom, and combine that in with spirituality with the Hierophant card. That's why this is all about spiritual. Could be a spiritual leader, spiritual advisor, pastor energy, religious leader. It's all about someone that's very structured in their information flow. You're a leader, bro. It's in your higher calling to be a spiritual leader, and to not be afraid to lead these authority figures to do the right thing. I don't give a damn what they got on social media. Oh, well, this is what they're doing. Okay, well, complaining about it and sitting there making a comment, damn sure ain't going to change anything. You got to take action and be passionate and stand up and fuel these individuals with the confidence and the passion. As I say, things will change. You have to be brave. On that spiritual level, you got to, not just by the heart, you got to be brave on a spiritual level. You got to show people what it really means, as I say that, hey, this is what it's like. This is what it really is to protect somebody. I could give a damn, give a shit less what anybody else is doing. But when it comes to your position and what you really stand there, what you're really in there for, to protect somebody from, that's what you should be doing. And eventually, guess what's going to happen? People are going to start following behind your lead. Now, if things still don't want to change, that's when you could gladly put the badge down and just walk away. As I say, okay, well, if they want to say it's one thing, but yet when you get in there, it's a whole complete different thing. Contradiction. They're not there to be a hypocrite or contradictional. They're there for loyalty. They're there to be loyal. That means loyal to the innocent, to defend and protect them in battle. It don't matter if they're alone with dealing with the situation. It don't matter about none of that. This person deserves their rights of protection. Oh, well, this is what they got something going on. I don't want to hear about none of that. Go look up to the titles of sections and codes, and come back and let the spiritual community know what we're talking about, because we're going to be able to confirm a lot of things that these individuals may not know about, especially when it comes to U.S. Supreme rulings. It's under the U.S. Supreme rulings that they have increased spiritual protection upon spiritual leaders and religious leaders. They deserve to be protected the most. And you know what that is on the U.S. Supreme level? Federal law. I do agree that there may be a few of them in there that may not like you for whatever the reason is, but I can challenge that. They're not there to like you. They can sit there and not like you for whatever the reason is, but when it comes to protecting you, that's a must do, because that's their jurisdiction and authority to protect you. Some of them may not like what you're doing when it comes to your spirituality side. That's perfectly fine. Everybody has their right to their disliking and liking. It's freedom of belief. It's under the First Amendment. They have a right to not like that. They have a right to kind of like look down on it. But when it comes to procedures, when it comes to rules, regulations, procedures, and someone's being targeted in a specific way that violates their jurisdictional law, it's by law. They step in and intervene to dismantle this extremism and hatred, because that's what it is. And some of you out there are called to lead these individuals and to keep on fighting this situation until something does give and change, because you are the one to create that change. You have the power and the strong influence to do so. Telling you. What is this person continuing to be a leader to? The Ace of Pentacles. Something new. You could have a new beginning or something. You being guided to bring in a fresh start when it comes to people doing their job the right way. Yeah, the Four of Wands. You being guided to lead communities with the Four of Wands energy. You being guided to show people what a real, true leader is, bro. Hating on somebody and trying to get them in trouble and out of desperation and hatred, that ain't no proper leader. When you have someone that's inside of an institution that's supposed to protect someone's civil rights, their amendments, and the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, you don't go through and violate color law, bro. That's unethical. That's not a true leader. You don't lead these detectives to sit there and think that they got something on an innocent person, when in reality, these are these abusers and the authority that you have a conflict of interest with to be engaging in these practices with, which is in violation under Title 34, USC Section 12601, depending on the situation and the context of it. If it's a non-isolated situation, it will definitely validate the Title 34 USC Section 12601, which is a recodified of the Title 42 USC Section 14141. That goes for the locals. That's for the locals. That way it don't have to get into federal jurisdiction. Because I'm going to tell you right now, once it crosses over that line, there are certain things that these individuals cannot be engaging in. You cannot engage in color law violations because you're violating federal rules, codes, and sections. I'm going to tell you how. By under the Title 18 USC Section 242. You're deprivating this individual of their rights with fabrication leading up to a false arrest, and you're proving that you're failing to keep them from harm. You cannot be doing that to this individual. You cannot oppress them or intimidate them in any kind of way under the Title 18 USC Section 241. That's federal jurisdiction. It makes it unlawful for one or to two more persons to engage in to try to intimidate or to oppress and some other things. Especially when it comes to trying to go on the highway in disguise to try to prevent and hinder his or her of a free enjoyment of their rights, free exercise or enjoyment of their rights under that exact title and section, under the 18 U.S. Code 241. That means you have these individuals following this individual and causing them any kind of trouble, making false reports. That's going to be under the color law violation. That's discriminatory practices being done. That's all fit the description of color law violation. That's not a lawful practice, and it's not a lawful order to be granted to these individuals for them to engage in that activity because it's connected to domestic terrorism. Do you know what that is? That has enough legitimate probable cause to call in and to have the JTTF intervene with the FBI. Some of them may not know what the JTTF is. Joint Terrorism Task Force. Do your research. You have a community mobbing the individual and hating on the individual. You know what that's considered? Extremism. That's extremism. Targeting minorities, targeting people that have a different belief. But that's all protected under the First Amendment, bro. Somebody has a right to their spiritual path. You understand me? Somebody has a right to, if they want to read cards, if they want to meditate, if they want to go out there and chill in nature, they have every God-given right to go out there and do it. You understand me? And anybody that tries to get in this individual's way, to threaten them in any kind of manner, or oppress them, or intimidate them, you are subjected to federal law jurisdiction and violating it. And therefore, it's going to subject you to fines, if not imprisonment. Yes, you can go to prison for that. If a federal judge finds you guilty, you in front of his court, his or her courtroom, and you face them, and they find you guilty of these violations, you are subjected to paying fines and imprisonment. You understand me? Ain't nobody going to play with these groups anymore. You're going to leave these individuals alone. You ain't got nothing better else to do, bro. I suggest you carry yourself out the institution on these local levels and leave these individuals alone. You want to go run a cult somewhere, law enforcement ain't the position for you. That's not serving and protecting anybody. You are causing harm under the color of law violations. We as U.S. citizens do not approve of that. We don't consent, agree, or approve, or will sign any form of contract when it violates U.S. Supreme rulings and federal law jurisdiction. We do not consent to that. Because it is not protecting us. We will not be subjected to false allegations, smear campaigns, or any form of scapegoating. You understand that? We are there to enjoy our journey and to have our freedom and to enjoy the land that the Most High has blessed us with, to even put us in this world to experience this land. You understand that? That's why God invented and blessed these federal judges that passed these U.S. Supreme rulings down, the supremacy clause, laws of the land. That's why he invented that. Because of this activity right here. That's God's way of exercising the legal Bible. His legal Bible. What you think binding means? What you think prohibiting and binding puts a bind on all these individuals and prohibits any further proceedings? They cannot proceed any further. They have to obey. You know what that really means? Because God even knew what was going to take place, what was bound to take place inside of some of these institutions. Why you think he's got it under Psalm 58? That represents coming against corrupt leaders and people that abuse their power. But that's all combined in with the U.S. Supreme rulings, even though it may be biblical knowledge when it comes to Psalm 58. But still, though, the U.S. Supreme rulings also binds these practices. It's basically like a legal Bible. I also suggest that y'all should do y'all research on any U.S. Supreme rulings. If you have a printer or if you don't have a printer, you could go out there and print you out. Get you a stack of papers. Staple those papers together. Take those papers everywhere you go. I guarantee you, bro, you start reading that knowledge, they're going to leave you alone. If it's not a cult that's doing that, if they got like just a few corrupt individuals, this is different than a cult. This is a cult that has been doing this. A satanic cult. And yes, some of these individuals are in a position of authority. But they do have just normal corrupt individuals out there. Even though there may be some corruption, the minute you let them know about themselves, they're going to leave you alone. They do have them out there also. But that's normal corruption. When you got a cult doing this shit, it's going to continue until federal intervention takes place. It's going to have to take place. Because these individuals are not going to ever take accountability. They believe that this is okay to keep doing this to brainwash people. It's going to have to take federal intervention to intervene. And it's taken for some of you out there to lead these individuals down the right path to conduct that raid. to get in a sworn affidavit of enough probable cause signed off by a federal judge to conduct a raid with the fucking raid agents. These individuals want to continue to keep the cycle on going and on going and on going and have the wrongful part. Like, they're going to have to pull these corrupt individuals out of there. The ones that are orchestrating this to be done. Because once they have new people in there that may look up to orders being given to them, then they're no longer going to engage in that. Because you're going to have people that they're going to look up to that's going to be given proper orders. It's an unlawful order, bro, and a prohibited practice to sit there and commit color law violation. That's not a lawful order to sit there and falsely accuse someone and to have them scapegoated with ritual abuse. That's not a lawful order, bro. It's also not a lawful order to sit there and commit extortion through coercion. Constant threats. Sitting there threatening to obtain property or any form of threats. You cannot be doing that. It's not a lawful order. And by law, this individual has the right to resist those unlawful orders under the 177 U.S. 529 1900 U.S. Supreme ruling. That ruled out that this individual has the right to actually resist unlawful arrest, even if it means by force. Now, you could go ahead and argue with a federal judge when it comes to that. It's already in the rulings. Something that you can't overpower. Now, you got that? Keep in mind, this is not some regular authority, a police officer or a sheriff. They do have police officers and sheriffs out there that are corrupt on a normal level. These are cult people that have the position of a police officer and a sheriff that are doing this. That's the problem. Anywhere else, of course, you may have a bit of corruption. But the minute you tell them and you exercise your rights and you teach them some knowledge about the U.S. Supreme rulings, you won't ever hear from them again. They'll be too damn scared, but to sit there is like, oh, shit. You have a nice day, sir. Or you have a nice day, ma'am. They're sorry to bother you. They apologize. They'll leave you alone. Even if there is some form of normal corruption, they're not going to continue with that. It's just people that may not know their rights or know their information. They feel that they just do anything that they want. But the minute that you exercise your rights, you teach them something, that's when they're going to do their research. When you tell them that, they could go back and look over the body cam footage if they didn't remember what you told them. Or you could tell them to write that down on a little notepad. Not in an arrogant way as I say, look, if they think that you're bullshitting them or lying, go search up that information. And say it in a calm tone as I say, look, there's really information that protects you from that. You have the right to not produce identification if you have not committed any crime and they was unable to articulate that a crime was committed. You have the right to not produce any form of identification if you have not committed a crime. They have to be able to articulate that a crime was committed. Therefore creates probable cause. If they have no probable cause that a crime was committed, even if they have reasonable suspicion, suspicion is not probable cause. It's different. Suspicion is not a crime. It's when a crime was committed to accumulate the probable cause is when there's enough to produce. You have to produce identification. I'm going to tell you how. If you got a tail light out on the back of the vehicle, that's probable cause. You done put your turning signal on, probable cause. If you speeding and going over the speed limit, probable cause. Because that's state corporations. That's all about the corporations. You got a license plate on the back of the vehicle that says state license plate of your state. That means that that's state corporation. Like when you out there, that means that that right there is all about the speed limits. That's where you got some of these individuals that like to argue their point of getting their own license plate and deregistering it, etc. But they could get pulled over for that and stopped. I mean, hell, if you don't want to go through any of that, you really don't have to. All you got to do is not even drive a vehicle. But the minute you register that, you put a state license plate on the back of the front of that vehicle, you have to obey the traffic signs when it comes out there. Even though you do have the right to travel, that's under federal jurisdiction. You do have the right to travel when it comes to that. People say traveling and driving are two different things, which they have their arguments when it comes to that. But I'm talking about the corporate signs when it comes to that. That's how you say that. When you have a stop sign right there, you have the red lights. You have the speed limit signs. You have like that yellow line in the road to where you can't get over. Like they got the two lines where you can't cross over around a curve off. They got two lines like that. That's what I'm talking about. But what would be probable cause if that was disobeyed and a violation was committed and the officer seen that? Therefore, they have probable cause to conduct a stop. And you have to produce identification driver license, because more than likely they're going to come approach the driver's side or the passenger side. They may ask you to roll your window down. You have the right to also crack your window like this. You can talk to them through the window with the window down about like that. You do have that right. You have the right to ask them what you be pulled over for. If they ask you where you coming from, you have the right to decline that. You have the right to not provide them with that information. But what they have to provide you with is the reason for the stop. When they give you that reason for the stop, even if you didn't do that, that's why it's best to have cameras. You have a dash cam, or you have cameras around your car or vehicle. That way you don't have to sit there and argue. You already got it right there in plain sight that, hey, that didn't happen. But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to legitimate probable cause. Now, when it comes to these social media situations and these individuals using computer-aided fraud, that's another thing. Under the Title 18 USC section, 1030, computer-aided fraud. When it comes to having unauthorized access to certain things involving technology and doing things to manipulate things over social media with fake accounts, fabricating things, that right there is going to be on a whole nother level of false probable cause. And there's also a violation under the federal jurisdiction that under the U.S. Supreme rulings that forces the prosecution and the officers, even though it may be private information, they have to disclose everything to you. They have to. Anything that was tainted or manipulated and fabricated, they cannot proceed any further. Even if it's just a slight tampering with evidence, that screws up the whole case. See, that's what these individuals don't know about. Even if they were to accumulate just a bit of accurate evidence, the minute they fabricate just a little bit, bruh, or taint that investigation in any kind of way and manipulate it, it screws up the whole thing. They cannot proceed any further. They have to drop everything. And they have to disclose all the information to you as a defendant, since that's what they continuously are trying to manipulate you out to be. I promise you, and I'm sure 500,000%, these individuals do not want to continue with one of these individuals. They better think about that, brother. They need to let that register in the back of their mind and analyze that, what I just said. They could go do their research and find out themselves. You have to disclose all information to the individual under U.S. Supreme rulings. That means including private information about the defendant that they keep on relentlessly targeting. Are they ready to provide you with all that information? That's a lot of information, ain't it? That also means evidence that is favorable for you. That means both institutions, sheriffs and police, and prosecutor, judge too, they all have to comply with that U.S. Supreme ruling order to disclose all information to you. Telling you, bro, when your constitutional rights are obstructed, when they violate, when the U.S. Supreme ruling puts a bind on this being done to you, you know what that means? It simply means what I just stated a few minutes ago. It don't matter if they have just a bit of tangible evidence that may be the truth of something. It don't matter. Because of how long something was originally manipulated over and over and over and over and over and over with scamming, committing fraud, fabricating things, sitting there tainting evidence. It holds no power for a conviction because it's color law violation and federal jurisdiction. And U.S. Supreme rulings bind that on that level. There's also federal titles and sections, I want to say, that actually protect you from that. Combine that in with the U.S. Supreme rulings, therefore what you got? You have a win on your behalf. You're actually able to reverse everything where you become the plaintiff and they're the defendant, because they're going to have to defend these allegations and all this manipulation under the color law violations that they have committed, because now they're in front of a judge. I'm going to tell you why. Because of violating federal jurisdiction and violating the U.S. Supreme rulings, we're continuing to abuse the process, abuse of due process under the 14th Amendment, which gives you the right to equal justice. You have the right to equal and fairness. You have the right to equal due process under the 14th Amendment. Do your research. That means all these searches being conducted upon you and fabricating things under color law, they have false probable cause to even conduct a search, let alone execute a warrant, have a warrant executed. They cannot even conduct a search on you, bro. If some of you are going through that, it's highly advisable you learn your rights and you keep speaking up about that. You simply state you do not consent to that. You objected and you do not consent to it. Under U.S. Supreme rulings and federal jurisdiction, under their title, sections, and codes, you do not consent and you objected. And you suppress all further proceedings under U.S. Supreme rulings, and they have to obey and they have to listen. They better listen. They better listen to you, bro. They better leave you alone and listen to you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, hold on, y'all, wait for the train to go by. Eventually, if some of you out there had a hard time with the FBI cooperate with you or wanted to go through with dismantling this situation to disrupt these institutions that's been doing this, eventually it will happen. I have faith in that. Sometimes it takes a person to not work within that agency to have an effect on them on a very powerful level to influence them as to say that, hey, this is what's under their titles and sections. This is in writing what should be done when it comes to protecting somebody. I could care less what these individuals got to say, what they got going on. But when it comes to their jurisdiction, it's under their titles and sections. And it's for some of y'all to have their attention, like somebody's trying to cause distractions to them to look elsewhere. It's for some of us out there to God to redirect their attention as to say, hey, this right here is under their titles and sections and codes. They don't have to like us. We can accept that. That's fine. When it comes to protecting somebody, that's what they're there for. They're there specifically to gather evidence, to analyze it, to process it, and to go through with raids, either searches or executing arrests. because of discriminatory weaponization being committed against you and violating your rights under their jurisdictional law. That's under their titles and sections, especially under the 18 U.S. Code 242. I'm going to leave that for short under the Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242. It's just shortening of that, but it means the same thing. It's 18 U.S. Code 242. Some of you are being guided to keep on standing up, bro. That's what it is, to fight this situation relentlessly. And you're going to win. You're going to win with the Six of Wands energy. You're going to win. That's right after the Five of Wands. You're going to win this fight. You're going to win this fight. You have absolutely nothing to be sorry for. It's these individuals are retaliating upon you because they couldn't shape shift you or to try to manipulate you into being something that you're not, because you don't fit who they are at the core. And they're actually guilty for doing this to you in the past, of putting rituals on you when you was unawakened. Archangel Michael protected you from that. You was with an ex of yours. These individuals were sitting there manipulating you with rituals, committing ritual abuse, and trying to have you sacrifice a long time ago. Archangel Michael was sitting there protecting you and saved you from that. And this shit's been relentless at fucking with you ever since. All because you want to go on your spiritual journey with the Temperance card, guiding you out there to nature, guiding you out there to, some of you out there have a very strong connection with the ocean, with water. Yep. What is one last final closing message? Wheel of Fortune reverse. The Fool reverse. Keep on moving forward with this situation. Some of you out there could be a Cancer. Be a Cancer man. If someone's trying to manipulate a Cancer male into doing something, he's being guided to leave that behind. Three of Cups reverse. King of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles reverse, the Justice card. Queen of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups. The Hermit reverse. Oh, the Tower. The Ace of Cups and the Ace. Okay, so the truth's going to come out. The truth's going to come out. This has no other choice but to transform. And I'm getting that there's people that are... There's people that's actually pushing for justice like you are, because they're tired of being forced to victimize you. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting. They're tired of being forced by committing fraud to victimize you. They could be consulting into with their family. Even though it appeared to look like some of these individuals were against you, I'm not really getting that's going to take place anymore. They're going to have to come together in order to, because they don't want to go along with being forced to victimize you anymore. With the Ten of Swords that's in reverse. Because this ain't doing nothing but bringing a lot of bad karma and a lot of nasty, low vibrational energy up on these individuals. For some of you, the same people that was involved at having you betrayed or try to get you in trouble, that could change. I guarantee you, bro, these people come together. This is going to better to outnumber because these individuals are trying to put these individuals in fear. That's what it is. But I'm getting that since you're speaking out and you relentlessly standing up to these bastards for doing this to you, this is going to inspire them to take action to make sure that you get justice and to also set these individuals free from being forced to betray you. That way they can heal too. Because they're not healed properly. They know that you ain't the problem either, I promise you that. Queen of Pentacles, lady. Why am I getting that the same people that was once coming up against this individual that was forced to participate in that no longer wants to do that, but instead come out with the truth and to prevent any further harm by pushing for the right justice in order for this to be stopped. Not you to get in trouble, but for this shit to be stopped. But these individuals keep on doing this to you. Believe it or not, some of these individuals want to see you healed, bro. This is not only hurting you and bothering you, it's bothering them too. Why am I getting that energy? Look, Fool reverse again. Queen of Wands. That look, the Tower, look at that. The Tower again. Scorpio energy, Leo energy, the Sun. That's a yes. That's a yes. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Because this is unfair. You look at that. They're going to expose it, bro. They're going to expose all this. Five of Wands reverse. Because they're tired of seeing you getting attacked when this is not your person. This is not. Look at that. The Ace of Swords. I'm channeling that accurately. They're tired of seeing you being treated unfairly when this is not you that's behind that. Look, Ace of Cups again. Ten of Swords reverse. It's all coming out in the same pattern. They know that you ain't the one sitting there hurting anybody. And these lies will be exposed to have you set free. Look, Five of Cups. Some of these individuals could have cried over you. Could have cried over this being done to you. Look, the Moon reverse, Cancer energy. The Three of Wands. Something at a long distance has been being done for a good minute. Look, Eight of Swords reverse. Because you ain't going to be going to jail. You ain't out there victimizing no fucking body. It's being done to you, bro. Okay, so I'm channeling that accurately with that. The Ace of Swords coming out again with the Tower card. That's gonna make people happy too with the Sun. That way they ain't gotta sit there and be doing all that. There's no sense in that, bro. This needs to end and transform. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This is nothing but stupidity. I'm also getting people are scared too. It's like their fear could be used in a very positive manner. Like their fears can actually work this situation in their favor in order for this to come to an end. That way, this could be resolved. This is full exposure. Look at that. The Moon reverse and the Sun. Full exposure, ain't nothing in the dark. It's also exposed about how something has been committing scams, scheming. This is also that trafficking energy. But this is bullshit. You're not the one doing that with the Ten of Swords reverse. Like, this is being seen for what it is with the Two of Swords reverse. This is all exposed. Clarify the Tower. Look, 4 of Cups reverse. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Oh, so someone's going to make the right decision by telling the truth. Taurus energy. They're going to make the right decision by doing something by the book. What is the right decision here? Sagittarius. Oh, this don't look good for a Sagittarius, bro. Damn. This right here is a nasty, nasty, filthy energy. Not the zodiac sign, it's just the energy. Like, when you see that temperature reverse, bro, this ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. Clarify the temperature reverse. Ace of Pentacles, something about money. Clarify the moon reverse. What is this exposed? Leo. Bullying. Bullying. Or Leo could be exposed to something to do with a lot of bullying. Cancer energy. Clarify the Sun. The Eight of Wands reverse. So this is exposed and how you're not behind all these conversations. This was being done through different accounts. Clarify the Two of Swords reverse. Knight of Swords. Clarify the Eight of Swords reverse. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you ain't going there for all this manipulate. Look at that. That's all fabricated, bro. That's all about non-tangible evidence. This will be like tangible, but it's in reverse. And that's why the Eight of Swords in reverse. That's all this manipulation being done. Bad investments being made. This right here is exploitation, trafficking. So there was some explicit shit being done. This was being manipulated with that. From originally scamming. It ain't gonna work. Clarify the Ten of Swords reverse. Look, Ten of Pentacles. Exactly. You're not the one betraying somebody inside of a marriage with a Ten of Swords reverse. You ain't the one with the betrayal here. This is what's being done to you. This right here is being used to cause you a betrayal. The Lovers, Gemini energy, like a two-faced energy. Why is this energy coming out that way, like how I'm explaining it? Because this is toxic. Exactly. These individuals are simply not getting it. The devil. As I'm saying that, look at that, the devil. Exactly. These individuals are demonically possessed. Bro, a normal person is not going to sit there and keep on doing this or engaging in this over and over and over and over and over. This is demons. Clarify the devil. Nine of Cups. The Eight of Cups. sounded to me this toxic energy got put in this place for the last time, and you're walking away. You're not confusing no demon with an earth angel, bro. No, you're not. Ain't nobody gonna force no fucked up false narrative upon somebody that they're not. Due to somebody else doing this to manipulate things and all to try to switch destinies with them, you carry that shit somewhere else. That's just who these individuals are, and that's fine. Simple as that. Anyways, this is what I have for the reading, y'all. This one I resonate with everybody. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. But yeah, it's like I said the other day, tarot reading should be used as, what do they call it, like to rely on tarot for the final answer. Because that could begin to be toxic, to get toxic. It's mainly used for clarity in the current moment. Like the present time, what's being done, like an energy check-in, to validate what your intuition basically already knows. Because that's how tarot works. It basically confirms your intuition. Or things that may be going on around your surroundings. Especially when it comes to cheating. That's why most people are interested in some type of tarot reading. Even though some people may consider it to be evil, it's like some people want answers. But it's like if they pay attention to that gut hunch, chances are that's why they want a reading to start with. Or hell, they could also be overthinking the situation if somebody's cheating on them or not. But the majority of people, they want a tarot reading done because they want to find out if they being cheated on or not. You pull that Seven of Swords, Three of Cups reverse, the Lovers upright, or it could be the Lovers reverse too. What else? Four of Wands reverse, Ten of Cups reverse. Oh, they cheating. Yep. Fucking right over too. Sitting there doing it right in front of their face. Like, they know that they up to something that they ain't got no business doing, but yet want to sit there and be sneaky about it. Like, you know something's going on, but it's like you can't prove it. And some people, bro, when you heal from that, let me tell y'all something. When you heal from someone or people doing that to you, they will no longer come around you. Because you have completed and broke a curse in a realm of the spirit that prohibits narcissism. You can't be screwed over like that. That same demon that's been using those individuals' vessels like that, because that's all it is. They would like to use different people, different faces, but it's the same energy. Like, they always tend to have similarities. That's a demon. That's a demon of narcissism. They try to sit there and screw you over. But eventually when you heal some type of codependency or separation anxiety issue, therefore you're not going to sit there and allow yourself or to betray your intuition like that. Because some people much rather settle. They rather settle and ignore that feeling that, hey, somebody's screwing them over. But when you're fine at being alone, you're going to trust that intuitive feeling as to say, well, it's over. You don't need no explanation. You got all the truth right there that you need. Of course, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like that feeling. Because it's a very, very, very gawning, like a gawning feeling. Not really like a heartbreaking feeling. It's just, you know, in your gut, bro. Like, man, this, you already know. It's like, yep, they fucking you over. You can feel it. Some of you can receive a vision of it. That may not be a comfortable situation, but at the same time, at least you got clarity. You don't have to ask instead of it to nothing. You got the answer that you look at. You don't even have to look for it. It's right there. God was already watching. Why you think it came through your intuition? He was protecting you. And he's not cold-hearted, but he could care less if it hurts the ego or not. You deserve to know that because you're a good person. Somebody want to sit there and betray you like that? He's going to come down. He's going to provide his angels with spiritual surveillance, and they're going to transmit that footage to you through spiritual telepathy to let you have a third-person point of view with that vision to watch you see what's going on in a soul level. To sit there, it's like you in the room, not astral travel, but it's like you in the room watching it happen. But you're not there physically. It's like he gives you the ability to monitor that. Your soul's witnessing that because it's betraying you on a soul level. So if you're an intuitive person, some of you may be stronger than an intuitive person. You may have like your clairs. A lot of clairs activated. You're able to channel into conversations. You may not know the specific things being said, but you know what the conversations are about. You know the energy and frequency of when someone is having a discussion about you. You know the names and faces. You're able to detect that through your clairaudient hearing. Some of us out there, you may think that this is an easy job for us or a gift. This is something right here, brother, is a challenge. It's a challenge. This is not something that is comfortable to have. It is not at all the time a good thing to have. Sometimes some of us out there wish that we didn't have that side, but it's there for a reason. And yes, this has scared plenty of people away from us because of us knowing things. Not through cards, just natural, being able to naturally channel and get those visions. Some of it has been confirmed to us to our face that you're right. It just leaves this lingering energy of a lot of fear, like how do you know that when there's no way you can know that? There's no way, and they sat there and witnessed it too, like they sat there and seen, there's no way you can know that. Not through card. We're not even talking about the cards, y'all. I don't need the cards. I don't need any type of divination tool. None of that. I can literally sit there and meditate. Get a deep state of meditation. Or go have a walk out in nature. Those birds that's out there that be flying around, that's angels that are channeled through those pigeons, through those birds. That's angels that are watching over me. Yep. I just felt God's presence enter this room. As I'm saying that, I'm being guided to deliver my knowledge. Maybe there could be some higher authority figures that may be curious or listening in to what I have to say. How I'm able to channel that, how I'm able to know so much. It may be unbelievable or skeptical at first, but just hear me out. When I take a walk out in nature and those pigeons are chirping, and they got the birds that are chirping, like they got pigeons, the doves, it don't matter what kind of bird it is. They're chirping out there in nature. That's messages from my spirit, bro. That's my angels that if a situation involving someone betraying me, my angels are coming through those pigeons, and there's a certain frequency they're chirping that my soul resonates with, and I'm able to understand them on my clear side. Therefore, later on comes through as a spiritual download that registers information that I'm able to literally interpret on a 3D level what that message is about. And it would be confirmed within my intuition. A certain synchronization of patterns that are in sync with one another. This could represent matching angelic numbers, like a bunch of zeros everywhere. That means something is being done in an endless loop like that. That would be numerology. But the way I look at it as a spiritual aspect. That's angelic codes That's coded information on a spiritual law-based level. Especially when it comes to me, like my rights being violated in a specific way, that I may not have the physical knowledge on that, but yet that spiritual law protected me. When it comes to being able to read through the angelic codes, it's coded information. I'm about to show y'all something real quick. Y'all hold on. I'm gonna draw something out. Y'all hold on a minute. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm trying to look for a pen. Y'all just hold on a minute. I'm going to draw something out on paper, and I'm going to show y'all how I'm able to determine and to look through certain numerology patterns of a spiritual level. All right, so apparently I can't find the pen. Where's the pen? Y'all hold on a minute. I'm trying to look for a pen so I can draw this on a piece of paper. Damn, but that's bad. You can't find a pen. Yet when you're not looking for it, it's right there. But yet the minute you go and look for it, it comes up missing. Can't find it. Bullshit. Y'all just hold on a minute. I'm gonna find that pen. It's a pen I'm looking for. Where's that pen? All right, I'll find it. Lady. All right, y'all ready? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to how this would look when it comes to digital time, okay? I'm going to draw it two ways. See how that's 11, hold on. See how that's 11, right? With the two dots right here. Now I'm going to draw it another way. You know what, that right there was a symbolism to have my spiritual intuitive clarified connect to download information about this number? Jail bars. Don't that look like a row of bars with the dots that disappeared? When I seen this number repetitively, A long time ago, I didn't see the dots. My spiritual vision picked up a row of bars like this. And if you look at it like this, it look like a row of bars, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Pay attention to signs. They will come through at different ways that nobody else will be able to, bruh. The average person's not going to be able to see that through a fucking number. And sure enough, whenever I predicted that, a detective came to my home. Your intuition will protect you, but you trust what you see. And I didn't have any physical information on none of that. It's just on my way out of state because I was guided to leave. This was a month before it even came to my home. I seen that. Listen to your intuition, brother, because I'm going to tell you right now, people may not believe in that, but you have angels around you at all times, especially if you're a clear person. You have that psychic side, you got angels around you all the time. This was another thing that I seen with a staircase. Check it out. The railing, watch. You got this right here. This is just an example. This is whenever I was out of state. This is what my spiritual vision kept on picking up repetitively. And sure enough, bro, when I got back home, a couple of days later, knock at the door, telling you. Now, this would be the railing to a hotel, right? How they got the staircase. When you get on top, like the top part, and they got the railing to prevent you from going over. I interpret that. My attention was brought to that as jail bars. And it does look like it too. This is before I pulled my tarot cards, bro. Before I decided to pull my cards out to do a reading, it was trying to guide me as to say, hey, you need to pay attention. Something is wrong. And I also had a bad feeling too before I started seeing this. What else? What it was? Ten of Swords. Whenever I decided to do a read, the Justice card come up in reverse with the Ten of Swords upright. Okay, so this would be the Ten of Swords energy. Got a person like this. That would be the person laying there, and then you got the swords like this, right? Like that. That's the Ten of Swords that I pulled. If you look at that, what does that look like? Row of bars, don't it? Don't you know the Justice card come up in reverse? When I pulled that card in the upright, that means somebody's betraying me and hurting me bad to try to put me there. I have that saved, that reading saved too. It's a row of bars. You match all this up, what I just wrote, what I just drew, what I mean. You started out with the 1111, right? That's simple. Then it escalated to this right here. It's all a synchronization. And this is off of just not even reading the cards, but before I even read my cards, this was my spiritual side kicking in. And it's not that hard, bro, for people to grasp that, yes, this is a pattern. This is what I started to notice before I decided to pick my cards up, that was leading up to that bad gut feeling that I already had before I started seeing that. And when I read my cards, that's when it confirmed to me that somebody's betraying you and they're trying to put you in jail. They're hurting you very, very, very badly. Very badly. There's a nasty betrayal taking place involving the justice system with the justice card reversed. You need to pay attention, son. Why would somebody come knock on the door, too, a month later? Exactly. This ain't no bullshit, bro. This is the signs I started to see whenever I was being betrayed. That was my angels protecting me. Because originally it was my mama. Her spirit came through and as to say, son, you need to leave. You need to leave. It's like a distant voice off in the distance. And it's like you can feel that energetically. It was her watching over me as an angel. I packed your stuff, son, leave. And I said, all right, I'm out of here. And on my way to going where I was going, I started to see this number repetitively. And this, whenever that happened, then when I got to the hotel, that's when I seen that. That's like, why would I look at that? Like, why would this number come across like that? And why would the railing of that staircase be presented to me like that? Exactly. And if you look at this, bro, it does look like a row of bars, both of them. Even to that Ten of Swords when I pulled the Tower card. It's all in a sync with one another. Look. Your angels will protect you, bro. You don't need Tower cards, but that was my only way to back up what was being done. I was able to prove that through my Tower cards. I remember the exact cards I pulled, too. Justice reverse, Ten of Swords upright, Wheel of Fortune reverse, Five of Wands upright, King of Pentacles reverse with the Empress reverse. I remember. Five of Swords, too, upright. There's something malice being done. I'm going to go ahead and verify that through my cards right here. Why was I seeing the angel number 1111? Why was I seeing those numbers that way? And why did I see that railing that way? The staircase railing. I wish I had my regular Tower cards because y'all better to see the imagery. Why did I see those numbers like that and that railing that way? Five of Swords. This is a plot. Seven of Pentacles versus plotting. Three of Wands. Because this was something that was going to come in the future. Exactly. That was a future intuitive download of what was bound to take place in the future. When I had that. Six of Cups. Message of air reverse. The Eight of Cups reverse. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Cups reverse. The Star reverse. That was my intuition. Didn't I tell y'all that? Look, that's confirming it. That's confirming it. That was my intuition showing me signs as I say, hey, there's something that you're not going to be able to walk away from that's going to keep on bothering you. This is a problem. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Wands reverse. The Tower reverse. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this was able to dismantle that whenever I left. It was able to stop further destruction. That was my protection. Look, then you have 22 here. That was my intuition. Five of Swords in reverse. Didn't I tell y'all? I just got through saying that, bro. Your intuition will show you things that other people are not going to be able to interpret, especially if you're one of these people. It's coming out. Look at that. In the upright position. My intuition knew what was taking place. I may not have been able to logically understand, but my spiritual side sure did. I'm curious to see if the cards come out. If I ask my tarot cards, what cards did I pull? What cards did I pull that night whenever I was out of state? What cards did I pull? I want to see if they come back out. I'm not saying they are, but that'd be crazy if they do come out. What cards did I pull? Bruh, if they come out in the same combination, that's the... Ooh. What cards did I pull? I'm not saying they are. They're more than likely not. I don't know. That'd be spooky if it comes out like that, bro. Three of Pentacles. Patient man. Three of Cups reverse. Six of Pentacles. More than likely, it's not gonna cut. Nah, it ain't gonna come out the same way. We have Justice right here with the Eight of Swords. The Hermit reverse, King of Pentacles. I don't like this feeling. What is this that I'm picking up? The Two of the Holy Spirit? Somebody trying to plan something? Something feels off. What is this that feels off, Holy Spirit? Clarify that. This fucking karmic ass motherfucker that keeps lingering in the energy that don't want to get the fuck away from the collective. Somebody that's scared. Something about a Cancer female. Somebody's paying attention right now, and it's like they got a lot of unease around them, connected to this individual right here. Somebody, a water sign from my past, a Cancer female is coming up. This is a personal read for me. It's Cancer female from my past here, and there's an authority figure in reverse that's coming up. That's a bully. I'm being heard too. Does the feds know about an authority figure that keeps on trying to do something with a Cancer female from my past? Eight of Cups reverse. Does the FBI know about this fucking coward that's a tyrant? That keeps on screwing with a water sign female from our past? Or doing something highly deceptive, involving her? Ooh, Judgment reverse. Message of Earth reverse. King of Wands reverse again. Look at that. Yeah, they do know about it. This dude's a loser. This has been one of the main ones smeared. Bro, don't you know I upload a picture to my community post of a read that I done digitally on electronic? And this come up in reverse with this card in reverse, King of Wands reverse, Six of Wands reverse. This has been one of the main ones smearing my name, damaging my reputation. This dude is irresponsible. He's also involved with animal abuse. Justice? I'm also getting the sheriff's department knows about this dirty ass cop too that's been doing this shit. A few of them do know about this, but they're not saying anything. This dude's out of control. Knight of Swords reverse. Three of Swords reverse. Cancer, look, Cancer's coming up in reverse again. That Cancer female. King of Cups. And the Two of Cups reverse. So they have validated that this is not me doing something on social media involving this water sign. This is me right here, King of Cups. Then you got this individual over here trying to smear my reputation and do something hateful involving this Cancer. He's connected to a water sign's marriage, what it looks like. And there's some X-rated shit being done in regards to this connection that's linking him to it. This a fucking loser. Yep. Justice is showing up. Yeah, they do know about it with the Justice card. And that's why I'm going to get Justice what it looks like. It ain't the King of Cups. This individual. Coming up in reverse again. Somebody that's out of control, reckless, committing criminal activity. Judgment reverse. Trying to have me falsely accused of shit. This has been the main one that's been behind these false allegations of trying to have me scapegoated. They know a lot about this dude. King of Cups ain't the one hurting this individual. He is. Yep, they do know about it. That's why Justice is sitting right there. I'm going to tell you why it's sitting right there. Because it's bullshit. There ain't nobody going to sit there and say this individual. No, they ain't. No, they ain't. I'm getting the DOJ knows who this coward is, too. What they've been doing to me involving some type of smear campaign on social media involving a Cancer feminine. This ain't this guy right here, bro. Got the wrong guy with the Judgment reverse. This asshole's connected to this right here, this Ten of Cups. Doing something explain. This ain't good for this guy, bro. And look at that Two of Cups reverse. No conversations with this King of Cups. The disagreements are originally being done with this individual right here. They do know what's going on. That's why Justice is sitting right there. You know, I'm being falsely accused when it's this individual right here in reverse. Six of Wands reverse. Doing something over social media ain't got no fucking business doing. So how many know about, like, what have they spotted this guy doing? Clarify that. Queen of Pentacles reverse. He's connected to Earth sign female in reverse. Something to do with him and his lover that he's with. Some X-rated shit. Nine of Swords. Justice. He's definitely connected to somebody. He's connected to another official. He's in a connection with another official. They may be having some problems. He's also been causing a lot of problems within a public setting. Disapproval of a community. The Moon. Cancer. Nine of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. The Sun reverse. Leo energy. So he's connected to a Leo. This dude likes to involve himself in a lot of witchcraft. Is engaged in a numerous amount of witchcraft practices. Trying to manipulate something about someone's son. Yeah, fake pages being used. Three of Wands with somebody at a long distance. And the Four of Swords reverse. With the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of negative energy surrounding this person. Involving him having engagement with someone at a long distance. And there's a lot of problems being had within the Four of Wands reverse energy. This King of Wands reverse connected to a hell of a lot of witchcraft here with the Moon. High Priestess reverse. Doing things with their lover involving someone at a long distance. With the Three of Wands. Give me a closing message on my situation. The Four of Pentacles reverse. The ending. The Moon, there's Cancer energy again. King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Message of Water reverse. The Hermit reverse. This ain't wise. Ten of Wands reverse. Two of Cups reverse. Ten of Pentacles reverse. Queen of Wands reverse. That's a Leo female. Two of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles and the Temperance card. With the ending at the bottom. Like to me, this ain't gonna be lasting much longer with the ending card. Clarify the ending. The word, yeah, something's gonna end all the way. Why is that? Something's also ending at a long distance too. It's all about long distance. Long ways away. Five of Swords reverse. Because there's some crimes uncovered. There's a Six of Wands reverse again. Clarify the Moon. Justice. This give me the vibes of there's something very significant about these individuals are covert. This is behind being seen with this situation, bro. It's gonna be the DOJ. I'm not trying to blow their cover, but this needs to be stopped. This situation right here needs to be stopped. And it needs to be continuously called out until it's actually stopped. What's being done to me. That would be a blessing in disguise if they are behind watching over what's being done with this cancer right here. Covertly monitoring that, monitoring the activities that are going on when it comes to this. Not to scare the individual, but to prove that, hey, these individuals are the ones that's doing this shit to me. Is that what that is? The Lovers reverse. Ten of Cups reverse. I'm getting this is a situation to not even worry about. Even though I may be feeling things being done, don't even be concerned about it. What's the cards of advice? The World. What's the cards of advice for that? The Eight of Pentacles, the Moon. This Ten of Cups is coming up in reverse again, involving a Cancer. And these cat like let them keep on doing this shit with these catfishing accounts. Let them keep on doing that because they caught. They caught. Strength in reverse. Lovers reverse. Trust my intuition that something about animal abuse is occurring. But anyways, that's what I have for the reading. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button. I will have a donations link in the description box below. Peace.